Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ooh, I look blurry. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm literally in the back of my truck. Alhamdulillah. So let's get started. Let's jump straight in, inshallah. Sorry I started later. I don't even know what time it is. This lighting is crazy. I'm gonna get a better setup, y'all, but I don't even know what time it is. I don't know. Like my computer say it's 7:57, but my phone say it's 8:57. So I don't know. But alhamdulillah, we here. We back. Been a while. I'm sure y'all didn't miss me. Make sure y'all share this. We're gonna get back to having these meaningful conversations, inshallah ta'ala. And I can't really see. I got a new computer, the whole nine. So y'all let me know if my audio is good, if y'all can hear me, if anybody is on here. I can't even see if there's any people on here. Um, okay, okay. We'll come back to that. All right, so yeah, if y'all can hear me, yeah, give me a thumbs up. Give me know y'all can hear me and everything is good. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I guess we'll get straight in, inshallah ta'ala. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. My bad. Hold up, y'all. I'm getting ready. Make sure everything is everything. Okay. All right. So, y'all gotta forgive me for being away for a little bit. Y'all gotta forgive me. Hamza Abdullah Mujahid. Assalamu alaikum. Y'all gotta forgive me for being away for a little bit. You know, life is life, and so I ain't, even though I know a thing or two, I'm not immune. I hurt on work, and I literally live out of the truck now. I'm driving across the country delivering loads. I started a trucking business. Alhamdulillah. I got hurt and couldn't do landscaping anymore, so that put me in my truck, and now I'm jumping from state to state delivering loads. Alhamdulillah, with a trucking business. So it was hard for me. I had this idea to get this set up. I ended up getting rid of my old computer because I switched from Apple to Android. Wiped out my whole system. Uh, it's no secret I went through a divorce. That was hard. Inshallah, one of these days we'll talk about it. We open it up. Everything's still kind of fresh, so it ain't really time to open all that up. But yeah, I just want to apologize to anybody that I might have let down, and just haven't been consistent. Life was lifing, but I've been thinking about y'all, and I still be studying, and I still have been, still have been, taking notes and doing research on relevant topics or whatnot. So we're gonna keep it moving. Alhamdulillah, I'm in a good place right now, all the way around the board, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. You know, love life is great. Alhamdulillah, I did get remarried. We gotta be transparent with these type of things. That's what we do over here on my platform. We be transparent. I don't like to seem like that holier than thou. I got things going on just like everybody else got things going on, and inshallah ta'ala, I just want to relay my experiences with the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah. So with all that being said, we get that out the way because I know that's what everybody is thinking. So we get that type stuff out the way. Of course, there's a little bit more detail we can go into, inshallah. Man, this thing is all over the place. It say 11:30 on my event thing. I don't even know. I really honestly don't know what time it is. All right, so let's start cooking, inshallah. And I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, man. I got some personal notes that I'm gonna share on the screen, and we're just gonna elaborate on it. So the topic, what I want to get, the conversation I want to get started now. Salim, sound like I'm the law. Hey Salim, let me know if you can hear me, because this is my first time going live on the. I got the new Galaxy Book, the Galaxy Book 5. They owe me a sponsorship for that. But just put it in the chat if you can hear me, inshallah ta'ala. It's my boy right here, man. That's my boy. Shout out to him. He's also single, ladies. So yeah. Holla at my boy, man. Good brother. He's well to do. He on Dean. He a solid guy. He's a good catch, man. He a good catch. So y'all holler at the brother, man. Burn him up. Burn him up. Don't let that good one get away. Y'all be acting all stank. Sisters be acting all stank, man. Like ain't nobody good enough for y'all, man. Don't y'all let that one get away. That's a good brother right there. He's been gainfully employed for as long as I've known him. I'm talking about for a long time. I mean, he do his own thing, man. He's a single father. He got custody of his kids. I don't mean put all business out there, but let's let y'all know what it is. That's a good brother though. I'm vouching for him. That's a good brother. Y'all reach out to him, man. That's a good guy. But all right, enough of all that coos. Oh, I gotta take that thing off of there. We already started. I always do that. Take that thing off of there, man. That's crazy. Why ain't nobody tell me I still had to start in a few things up there? Y'all ain't about nothing. Man. I'm like, what's that big block on my face? I hate how this camera is so pixelated, man. I'm gonna get a webcam, inshallah ta'ala. I thought this camera as much money I spent on this freaking computer, I would thought the camera would have been better. But alhamdulillah, yeah, I'm gonna get a webcam so we won't have this problem again, inshallah. So yeah, enough of all that nice guy stuff. It's time for Kareem Samuels to clock in. It's time for him to clock in, man. I'm gonna try to skim through. I'm gonna try to skim through my presentation, and then y'all know we get with the comments in the end. What time is it? 8:04. I think I started like 7:57 or something like that. So yeah, okay. Let's get busy. So I think this is gonna be a series of conversations, and honestly, I think that I'm gonna put more of the open onus on the women, and y'all know that I do. That ain't no secret. I ain't red pill. I'm not a red pill guy. I'm a purple pill guy. I'm right in the middle. I ain't red or blue. I'm right in the middle. But I think where we are as a society today, that we gotta kind of I don't think people are holding the sisters or the women accountable. I don't. That's why I've been speaking up to say something. And I know everybody's seen a shift in my content. I know. But we have to deal with these real life things. Like y'all, my head was all off in the clouds, and I'm all in Islamic Sahaba world, and real life stuff be going on. And we don't talk about the real life stuff. It's not talked about in the masjids. It's not talked about in the halukats. All of these programs and these conferences that are being had, ain't nobody talking about this stuff, man. And it's an ugly conversation. I understand that. So that's why I take pride in being the one to say something, alhamdulillah. Because the imams, they what you talking about, Imam? Now we're going straight by the book. Excuse me. But I take pride. The imams, they got platforms to take care of, and they can't say certain things because their money come from the masjid. My money don't come from the masjid. I'm an entrepreneur. I make my own money, so I say what I want to say, as long as it's halal. So I mean, it is what it is. So I don't think number one, I don't think the sisters are holding other sisters accountable. What y'all do the trauma bonding thing way too much. Like, a sister can do anything wrong, and y'all will jump on her page, jump on her comments, and y'all will find some type of excuse. You definitely should make excuses for your fellow Muslim, but there's another side of the argument that ain't really nobody putting out there, and and the other side of that argument, man, I hate that thing. Let me see if I can fix that camera, that blurriness that is throwing me off. I put a thing so y'all don't have to see my I blurred it out so y'all don't have to see my background. How do you fix that? I don't know if it looked better without it. It's like pixelated. I don't like that. Yeah, let's see how that works. It still look a little blurry. It's just because it's dark. But nobody ain't holding the sisters accountable, man. A sister can do anything, and ain't nobody saying nothing. And then when somebody do say something to the sister, she get offended and she want to cuss everybody out. Man, this ain't the way it's supposed to go. This ain't the way it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna start the conversation, putting the onus on the sisters. And I ain't woman bashing and all that old stuff y'all talking about. I'm just talking about the stuff that y'all don't talk about. We can talk about the stuff about the men. I've never been in a relationship with a man, so I don't know that experience. So inshallah ta'ala, when the sisters come on and get related experiences, I know what I'm being told. And of course, everybody's saying, all the sisters are saying there's not enough good guys out here. The guys don't want to work. They want the women to do all the work. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Is there a shortage of marriageable men? Yes. But is it like the majority of the men? No, it's not. I think sisters are being too picky. So, jumping straight in, I got 3 points I want to make, and I'm gonna skim through them as fast as I possibly can. So, first of all, I'm coming out swinging. Now, this is all Quran and Sunnah, y'all. This is all Quran and Sunnah. So we ain't just spending time bashing women and none of that. I'm holding women accountable, and I'm doing this because obviously because of experiences that I had, and this is my perspective on experiences that I've had. And I know a lot of brothers. I talk to a lot of brothers and connect with a lot of brothers, and we all kind of got the same thing going on. We all are kind of complaining that our women are not religious enough, and I'm gonna spin that into if the women are more religious, then they would be more obedient. Dare I say that word? Dare I say that word? I don't like that circle thing either. I don't even know how that got up there. Let me change that. That is zoning me out. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been setting up for a long time, but between that and traveling through every time zone in the country and not getting sleep, truck breaking down, got to fix it myself on the side of the road. Man, I've been a zombie out here, and I'm still trying to get some good content out to my people. Let me see. Get this thing out of here. This is driving me nuts. Okay, there we go. Full screen view. There we go. Now we cooking with grease. All right. All right. So inshallah ta'ala. The first problem we having is the sisters. Y'all are not. I don't believe. Put this. There you go. I don't believe that the sisters are being obedient enough. And this is all tied into religion. And I get it, sisters. Don't say it. I get it. If I had a good man to be obedient to, I would be obedient to him. Okay. So I get it. But the obedience is within yourself. The first thing that you have to do is choose a brother who is worthy of being obeyed. This means that the brother must be religious, not the brother be good looking and first thing that sisters do, the very, 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 very first thing that y'all do is look into his pockets. That's the first thing that y'all do is look into his pockets. Y'all don't look into his deen. Y'all look into his pockets. And your obedience to a man is connected to that, but that should be you just through in and throughout. So, and I'm not going. I'm not going for these brothers are liars and deceivers and all that. What happened to women's intuition? Y'all know when I'm trying to take a second wife or a third wife, or if I'm cheating or something. Where's the women's intuition when it comes to choosing a suitable husband, a suitable mate? Where is it then? So I don't buy that. It's something got to give. But I don't think the sisters are not going to the masjid, and they're not spending time at the masjid in classes up underneath the scholars, the local scholars. Y'all not in the right social circles. Yes, everybody's on social media, but social media is dangerous. It's dangerous, sister, because y'all are opening y'allselves up for every creep and for him to practice, his creepiness. And y'all are looking at the people on y'all social media profiles. And I'm not saying you can't find love on Facebook. I have twice. So, or social media. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying y'all got to be real. I mean, I was, both of the women that I married that I met on social media, they were definitely skeptical, most definitely. But they did their little research and everything checked out. So I mean, they seen that I'm a religious person. That's why I put on my page religious stuff. So they made a conscious decision to be with a religious individual. So y'all always checking for brothers' pockets. That's the first thing that y'all do wrong. So just to touch on that, let's talk about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. We got to start from the book. We have to start from the book. We have to, because if you don't, and you going off of your woman's intuition or your female whatever y'all be talking about that makes y'all so intuitive in the world, it's gonna deceive you every single time. You gotta stick with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, and keep it right there. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it, and y'all know this. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, y'all always take this verse. This is y'all favorite verse in the Quran. The men are the protectors and maintainers of the women. Hey, that is a loose translation. To have Qawwam, to be calm, this means to be in charge. A better translation is this means that the men are in charge of Qawwam. He has a station, he has a position, just like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Faddalallahu, Allah ta'ala has favor, and this is a superlative form of the Arabic fadl. A favor, to favor something. Faddalallahu. Allah emphasized that. He overemphasized that. That is the verb form that is used in that sentence structure. Ala ba'dahum bima, ba'dahum ala ba'd. Allah has raised, something over something else. What did he raise over? What did he raise over something else? He raised the men over the women. Let's start there. Sisters, y'all are not in charge of the relationships. Let me say it again. Sisters, y'all are not in charge of the relationships. It is really bad. I lost my thing. It's really bad that we got that the sisters can be so unruly. And if the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it. Don't be that sister who is commenting and saying, "Oh, women don't do this, women don't do that, women don't do that." Yes, y'all do. And I'm speaking on the type of women who are this way. And it's hard for us as men to ascertain, because all of y'all wear hijab, all of y'all are pretty, all of y'all got the angles, and y'all got the filters and all this stuff, and y'all wearing the abaya with the belt around the waist, and we can see what you're working with. All y'all look like that. I'm just speaking from a man's perspective. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. We can't tell. Ain't most of the sisters, y'all not on here reading Quran. Y'all not on here sharing some hadith. Y'all not on here talking about fiqh. Y'all not on here talking about aqidah. Y'all like duck lips and pictures. This is like going back to my initial point that women aren't religious enough, and we get caught up in that fitna. I mean, y'all are beautiful. Y'all beautiful, especially when y'all wearing it how y'all supposed to be wearing it. That right there alone be telling the brother, like, okay, yeah. She ain't gonna have my stuff all out in the streets. And that make him interested. But we gotta peel back them layers. You, as a wife, you have to come into it with this understanding. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised this man above me. Allah raised men above me. So not only does she have to have the proper respect for her husband, she has to have the proper respect for all men. If you can't treat some men bad and then treat your husband good. This is just that's a quality defect. Men, we build the roads that y'all drive. We build the buildings that y'all work in. We lay the carpet into y'all's houses. We put in those nice sinks in y'all's bathrooms and kitchens, and the Audis and the Teslas that y'all driving. Men build all this stuff. Men rule the world. Men run the world. I don't care what feminism tells y'all. Stay tuned, sidebar, stay tuned for my Islam versus feminism series. I'm still writing it up, and once I'm pretty much ready to launch that, we're going to get there too, because most sisters nowadays have subtle feminist tendencies and beliefs. I'm telling you from the stuff that y'all post, my experience that I've had with my previous wives, experience from other sisters that I know. Anytime a brother posts about polygyny, is always 15 sisters in the comments. And we're gonna talk about polygyny today. It's 15 sisters in the comments like, well, why I can't have an extra husband? Why I can't have multiple husbands? Feminism, masculine. I'm just calling it what it is. If y'all want to get this marriage thing figured out, listen to the big homie. I'm letting y'all know how this thing go. If you choose a suitable husband, a suitable mate, he understands his position as a leader. You should be able, with your women's intuition, you should be able to see that this man is a leader. That he out here breaking his neck, he breaking his back for his family, and he doing his doggone best. Y'all should be able to ascertain that, but y'all don't. Y'all be looking for the cute Chris Brown, the Chris Brown looking brother, but he tough like 50 Cent, but he got Jeff Bezos' money. That's what y'all be looking for. And then y'all be like, I'm not gonna settle. Man, the masajid are full every single Friday. Every Friday masajid is full. Y'all are not gonna tell me that 90% of those brothers that's putting their head on the floor every single Friday at Salatul Jum'ah is bad brothers. They womanizers, they cheaters, and they secret polygyny marriages, and they beating you and financially abusing you. You had that experience with one or two brothers. That's a topic within itself, but that doesn't, you can't paint the brush. Y'all can't paint that picture. Y'all can't paint that picture no more. Y'all can't paint us all with one color. I hear the sisters in the comments, but ain't that what you doing? No. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised us over y'all, that means y'all are the weaker vessel. Y'all are the women. The women have a hard time being in society, being in the community. Y'all have to deal with so many challenges, and y'all get stuck. Y'all want to be feminine, but you got to work, and you can't be taken advantage of at your job. And then when you're on your way to the job, brothers is trying to holler at you. Dudes is like, hey, what's going on, shorty? So y'all just got to have this mean face, the resting, you know what face, and y'all just got to push all these guys away, and y'all got to be tough. But then it's hard for y'all to unwind when you come home to your man, or if you're being courted by a brother. It's hard for you to turn that off because this is who you are by yourself. I'm telling you from a man's perspective, from a man who is a leader. I work, I take care of my family, I pay my bills, I got my own everything, always have. I'm telling you from this perspective, and adding this to the conversation. We understand our position. We understand that we have been given a responsibility to be raised above the women. But it's not giving that the sisters understand this. And I'm going to say not a majority, but I think it's a significant percentage, because it's so hard as a single woman. And y'all have to fend for yourselves. I understand. I understand. But you can't compromise your femininity. You can't compromise your core values. This is your core values. Allah Ta'ala said, this man is above you. Put it right there. Leave it right there. So when an argument or a disagreement, and this is revolved around why I say I'm starting off, I'm going to put the onus on the sisters first. Because 99% of the time, I get a phone call, or when I've had to get counseling in my past marriage and got a phone call, it'd be the woman. He ain't gonna do this, and I don't know who he think he talking to, and I don't know, and I'm not her, and I'm the big one, not the little one, and y'all go on crazy. Y'all go on crazy, and you might have the right to do that. Your husband might have messed up. The brother might be wrong. But it ain't your position to check your man. It's your position to advise him. It's not your position to check him. We have an innate, God-given DNA right as a leader in society and in my home. And as black men, when we go out into society, we discriminated against. We got them folks with their foot on our neck. Ain't no way I'm coming home and I'm not being respected as the head and as the lead of my family. Now I got to fight you. I'm fighting outside of work. These people trying to knock me off my position. They're trying to fire me. They're looking for a reason to fire me. They're looking for a reason to cancel my contract. They're looking for a reason to discredit me and to lock in to what it is that they believe about me, about the black man. And then I come home and my woman been home, or maybe she was at work, and then she come home and she's like, I'm tired. No, you don't get to be tired. No. Women, let me say this. Y'all don't work as hard as we do. Y'all work hard. Y'all do work hard, but not as hard as we do. Not as hard as we do. Like I said, we out here building roads. We operating heavy machinery. We longshoremen. We fighting wars. We fighting political battles. We building masajid. Ain't no women building the masjid. We build the masajid that y'all go and pray in. That y'all go and complain about your husband to the imam in. We built that. It don't be no all women crews doing that. Y'all don't work as hard as us. We have that degree over y'all. So I said all that to say, we need to start there, sisters. Come into it, and I'm telling you from experience. My wife does this, and let me sidebar. She got her own everything. She needed nothing from me. Own car, own house, great job, great money, clothes. She didn't need nothing from me. All she needed was me as a man, a Muslim man, and a good role model, a father figure for her son. That's all that she could provide, that she couldn't provide for herself. That's the only thing that she couldn't do herself. And alhamdulillah, she is humble enough to admit that to herself first, not me. That's where you got to start, ladies. To get a man like this, I mean, I'm a hardworking brother. And I try to exert myself in the deen, and I try to do the right things in life. That's bare minimum. I mean, it gets a much better than me. So bare minimum. Bare minimum. This is, to get a man like this, bare minimum. That's you got to compromise that. When it's an argument and you going crazy, whatever, he's like, all right, okay, all right. Hey, it's time to shut that down. Yeah. Oh, you're dismissing me. No, I don't want. You're trying to shut me up. You don't want me to have a voice. Stop. 99% of the men, 99% of the time, men, we be trying to de-escalate. Y'all be thinking that we trying to silence y'all, don't want y'all to have a voice, and we're not hearing you. No, we hear you. We understand what you're talking about, but I'm tired. We ain't dealing with this right now. And when your tone start getting out of control and you going crazy and you did this, and then y'all tongues is so sharp. So sharp. You get so mad and been out of shape that I'm not going to endorse this madness. So you start assaulting me with your tongue. SubhanAllah, this ain't how it's supposed to go. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the whole, and also what y'all say is in there. Let's shift to that. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wabi ma'un faku. Wami ma'un faku. Min amwalihim. And this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said the obedience is due because of what the man spends on you. So let's shift to that, to the money. To the money. Because that's what y'all like to talk about, y'all's coins. Be realistic. Be realistic. The average brother makes $40,000 to $50,000. The average sister makes $35,000 to $40,000. Y'all have a mentality like when I get a man or when I get a husband that he's going to upgrade me from where I'm at. Let it go, sis. Let it go. Number one, first and foremost, understand that we are oppressed. Know that. You're supposed to be my backbone throughout this oppression. Know that first. You're supposed to be my peace throughout this oppression. Know that first. I'm fighting a war out here. So you have to position yourself to be my peace. You have to. It's imperative. If you want a husband, I see all the sisters that sing on my page all day long, posting about how much they want a husband and when they get married, X, Y, and Z. And then in the same fingers that Twitter that be cussing brothers out. I'm talking about hell and brimstone. I'm the big one, not the little one. I don't know who you think this was. This ain't that. And woo, 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 woo. Not to brag, but y'all, my people come at my wife all the time. She don't, alhamdulillah, she don't never jump out of character. I love that for me. I love that for me. People say stuff to her all the time and whatever. Man, them virtual reality people. She maintains her femininity. That's what men like. We fight. I fight. I see dude talking crazy. I see dude inboxing you. I see dude like, mashallah, such a beautiful picture. I see him. But at the point when you like, these dudes, these niggas is all that like men don't like that. We like, man, shorty she kind of off a little bit. So I'm letting y'all know, keep the peace, that femininity, being quiet. Let that man lead. You ain't gotta have a voice. If you chose a sufficient leader, you don't have to have a voice. Let that man lead. Let that man lead. And with that being said, the finances, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, like y'all say, the protectors and maintainers. That part that y'all be, the first part that y'all be quoting, the part about nafaka. The part I just read will be ma anfaku. Is that anfaku? Sorry, it's a little small on my screen. What be ma anfaku min amwalihim, because they spend from what they have. Look what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Min amwalihim, what they have, from wealth that they have. Y'all coming into this, but y'all coming in this about stuff, about wealth that he doesn't have. If he can't have, if he don't got what I got and more, huh? From what he has, sis, look at what he has. It's in Islam, it's okay for y'all to work. So if you want to work and you want to get all the bags, glasses and hijabs and buyers and all this stuff, if you want to do that, fine, work. But center yourself on whatever agreement that you know, min amwalihim, from what he has, from what they have. The brother let you know, hey, this one working with, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so make your, if you want that man and he's a qualified man for you Islamically, look what he got. It's okay from what you have. Okay, you could just give me this. That's the sunnah. Not what these hijabi baddies is talking about. Not what these hijabi baddies talking about. The ones on there, and I know y'all know who she is. She praising Keisha Kaur, and I definitely got a reaction video coming. I'm busting shots. Y'all know I shoot first. I don't shoot last. But she praising Keisha Kaur and how Keisha Kaur to nestle her way into Gucci Mane's finances, and she's controlling the entire finances to the point where Gucci Mane can't leave her. This is what the tone that she was giving in her little video. And yeah, she pretty and all that, and she I done heard she done tricked a few brothers out of some dollars and started a business, and she flipping the money out of business. Look like she a hustler, look like she got a business or whatever. But she, she got the whole hijabi baddie get up, the whole get up, just loud and out there on Instagram and social media. But that's not the sunnah. That's not the sunnah. And you're gonna attract a man. You're gonna attract a man. You're gonna attract that type of man. And then when that type of man, a Gucci man, when y'all get the Gucci man with the kufi on, then y'all come back to Facebook after he gets 7 other wives, and then you find out about 30 other baby mamas, and he get to the bag. He got a bag. Because that's all that you was looking for was a bag. And that's all that you got was a bag. All the other stuff you wasn't paying attention to. But when it became a problem, when you figured out you couldn't control him, now I ain't no good men, and these men is this, and these men is that, and woo, 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 woo. You chose Gucci man who put on a kufi. No disrespect to them brothers that's struggling in their deen, but the brothers that's struggling in their deen, they not ready for marriage. A brother that's struggling in his deen is not eligible for marriage. How y'all choosing brothers that's struggling in their deen? They ain't eligible to get married. First and foremost, as a leader, that Qawam is knowing Islam, knowing his fardul ain. That's first and foremost, not the bag, sis. Look what Allah Ta'ala said, from what he has. This is straight, and I know a lot of y'all like to be literal. I know a lot of y'all are literalists. This is literal. You can go to the, if you read this tafsir, the tafsir is there. We ain't gonna read all of it. But if you read the tafsir, it's gonna make you mad, sis, because it's not what the hijabi baddie influencers are telling you. And the hijabi baddie influencers, they make you think that they got all this knowledge just because they lead with their beauty and they get a lot of views and they got a lot of followers and they can talk a lot of stuff. None of the hijabi baddies be on there talking about Islam, talking about Aqidah, talking about raising a family, mending the family, how the women's position in the family. All they talking about is chasing the brother down for a bag. That's all they talking about. That's all they talking about. Okay, so I want to drive this point home as far as the brother, the brother being the man and the leader. Also, there's another part of this ayat that y'all never quote and that y'all hate to hear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَالصَّالِحَاتُ قَانِتَاتٌ. Let's stay there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, so the righteous women, فَالصَّالِحَاتُ. Allah's furthering this. Allah's giving you instructions, sister. Allah is giving you instruction on what you're supposed to be. And I don't see a lot of this. I see hijabi baddie activity, and they bring that into marriages. Yeah, you pretty and you fine and all of that. That's cool. You got a little business, you got a little motion. Okay, that's fine. But Allah didn't talk about motion, and Allah didn't talk about beauty in this. That ain't what Allah said. Those are the things that are going to cultivate a polished character that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept on the day of judgment. This is what we're supposed to be focused on, being accepted on the day of judgment, being cleared of our sins and our wrongdoings. And the biggest decision that you will make is the person that you marry. Are you a nuisance to this brother's brother? Are you a nuisance to this sister's akhirah? This is the stuff that we have to ask each other daily. Not if your rights are being met and your rights are being upheld and woo, 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 woo. We don't see none of that in the sunnah. It's cute. It makes great for reels. It's very cute. It makes great for reels. But all those sisters are struggling, and they're leading other sisters into struggle. Look what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. فَالصَّالِحَاتُ. So the righteous women, qanitat, are obedient. They're obedient. So Allah connected obedience to being righteous. If you're not being obedient, you're not righteous. Khalas. That's it. The argument is over. You have no point, sister. You have no voice, sister. There's the voice right there, Quran and the Sunnah. There's the voice. Mind you, like I said, you have to choose a brother who is on his deen. You have to choose a brother that is on his deen. You might have to compromise those Chris Brown looks or the Lil Durk swag or the little or the what's his name Kevin Gates swag, the guy who's a Muslim and he a killer and he a dope boy and he a robber and he a imam and he make music and he a millionaire and he been broke before. Y'all think y'all want all of this all wrapped in together because everybody is focused on social media. Everybody's looking at social media. Y'all not looking at the Quran and the Sunnah. Y'all not looking at the Sahaba. Y'all not looking at the Sahabiyats. Y'all not looking at that. Y'all looking at what Kevin Gates and Lil Durk. May Allah Ta'ala preserve them. May Allah Ta'ala bring them closer and better into the fold of Islam. I mean, but they not ready to be married. They got the bag for you to be married, but we see the trail that's left behind them. Y'all don't want hard-working brothers like Salim, Abdul Mutakallim. Y'all don't want the hard-working square brothers. He works so much, he ain't got time to be in the gym making big old muscles so he can satisfy you, sister, because you don't hear listening on these dudes, these kuffar dudes all day. He working, making sure that he can solidify bag and generational wealth. Same here. I slide in the gym every now and then, because I talk a lot of stuff and I gotta be able to punch a dude when it's time to punch a dude. I'm sorry, that's just me. That ain't gonna change much. But yeah, we working. We working blue collar guys. I ain't got all the tattoos a lot right here, and I've got the shirts that's like this tight and the pants is like this. Listen, I ain't all that. I done been so close to death in the streets so many times, and I know what that feel like. I know what it tastes like. I know what it smells like. I'm obsessed with my akhirah. So I only want a woman who is going to protect my akhirah, my hereafter. All the hijabi baddie stuff is cool. It's cute. All that. Yeah, it's cute. All that is cute. It's cute and it's fun and it's funny. It's funny to watch. It's definitely funny to watch. Makes great TV. But just look like what I said. Look what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Look what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. He connected. He connected. He connected righteousness for the women. Uh-oh. Knocking my stuff off. He connected righteousness for the women to obedience to their husbands. The rest is history. Okay, let me get through the rest of this. We're going to go to the Sunnah now. And this is just the scholars, the tafsir, Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. No, excuse me, those are hadith. The tafsir, Ibn Kathir. This one, going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Okay, right here. Right here. Right here. Okay. A hadith that I think every sister memorize. I'm sorry, my connection was messed up. Okay, this is my last, or second to last point. There's a hadith. It's a Hassan hadith. Rawah Hussein ibn Muhsin. He said that he heard the Prophet ﷺ. I hope I didn't read that wrong. And amatullahu anta nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Hope I didn't read that wrong. If I did, somebody correct me. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, talking to a woman, her sister, Adati ba'ala anti, are you married? And qalat na'am. She said yes. Qala kayfa anti lahu. He said, so how do you treat this man? And she said, ma allahu illa ma ajazat anhu. I do everything for him except what I'm not able to do. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, Fandari aina anti min. I'm warning you, lady. Be careful, lady. Fa innahu jannataki wa nariki. because he is your paradise and your hellfire. This hadith is so profound, and contents and relevance. Now, this is some notes that I took showing the authenticity for my female scholars out there that like to say, "Oh, well, what's the chain of narration?" Even though you're not qualified to check the chain of narration. Well, what was the grade of the hadith? Even though you can tell me what a Hasan hadith is, the definition of a Hasan hadith, or how it can be applied. You can't tell me all of that, but we if you want to play them games, we can play them games. I made a some notes to show the authenticity, the strength of the hadith. So look at this. Look at this hadith. The Prophet ﷺ asked the sister, "Do you have a husband?" She said, "Yes." And then he said, "How do you treat him? How do you deal with him? How are you with him?" He just checking her pulse. Nothing happened. He didn't do nothing wrong. As far as I can see in the context of the hadith, nothing happened. Nothing. He just was checking her pulse. And the sister said, "I do everything for him. The only thing that I don't do for him is what I can't do for him." And the Prophet ﷺ still warned her to be careful how you treat him, because he is your paradise and he is your hellfire. Sisters, I got to put the onus on y'all. I got to put the onus on y'all. I see a lot of I see too much of that. With this right here, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, listen, Allah put the man above the woman. And then here's your prophet telling you, listen, that man is your paradise and he's your hellfire. No, I can hear you sisters in the comments. It does not mean that this doesn't take the reverse effect. Yes, it does. Absolutely. That doesn't mean, this does not mean, please don't be simple. Please don't be the one simple feminist-minded sister that jump in the comments. I'll say that mean a brother could just do whatever he want to do. No, next. No, that's not what that means. The context of this hadith. The context of this hadith, wallahu alam, is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He spoke extensively about the fitna of the woman, the fitna of the women. He spoke extensively about it, and you can see it today. Feminists won the war so far; they won the battle, and now women have rights. Quote. And look what the women are doing with their rights. This is why the Prophet said in another hadith that he fears one of the greatest things that he fears for his ummah when he leaves is the fitna of the woman, the trials and the tribulations that the woman is going to bring. Because, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, let's go back to the beginning of this show. Allah ta'ala raised one above the other, so that means the women are weaker. If you weaker and you subject yourself to society, you ain't going to fare well. You need that man to protect you. And the protection, like y'all say, men are ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa. Men are the protectors, maintainers, or providers. Women forget the protection part. Y'all forget that. Y'all stay focused on the maintainers and providing. Y'all stay focused on that part. Mind you, loose translation. That word, a better translation of that word is the men are in charge of the women. Qawwam. We have a position over top of women, and it's a responsibility. It's not for us to be a tyrant, and good brothers know this, real Muslims know this, and we know we'll be questioned about how we dealt with our family and how we'll be questioned about that. Good brothers know this. But when you subject yourself to society, and feminism has pushed the projection of women into the push of women, pushing women into society without that protection. I don't need a man. I'm independent. I can do this on my own. I already do this. So what are you, or what do you bring into my life that I already don't have? And still 80% of y'all are single. All this independence and 80% of y'all are single. The vast majority of people who are committing these atrocious crimes when when these kids are getting these switches on these guns and they got 100-round clips and they spraying up the whole party and shooting 10 to 15 people at a time, all grew up in single parent households, all. And it's mainly because of this. The projects is full of women. It's not full of men. It's full of metrosexual men that live with the women in the projects, and there's a few brothers that just can't, Allah Ta'ala just didn't write a lot of money in his book. But the projects are full of women. It's not full of men. 80% of the people who are on social services are women, not men. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said he raised the man above the woman. Y'all not doing so swell on y'all own, despite seeing the Keisha Kayors and the Tiana Taylors and the Lottos and the Cardi B. They still ain't doing that well either because they ain't got no men. But Gucci, man, I don't know what Gucci got going on right now, but yeah. I mean, Keisha Kayor probably a good woman. She's probably a good woman, whatever. But despite y'all seeing that and thinking that y'all can translate that and import that into your life, you can download her boss B-ness into your life, and then you deal with me, little old me, when I'm like, hey, sister, assalamu alaikum, I was just, and then you like, I'm Big Mama. Y'all not winning. And it's not a competition. We just need to get in line. Men don't suffer from all that stuff. We built for society. You should get next to that man, not compete. Get next to him. Get under his protection. And 99% of the protection is this. It ain't being able to beat somebody up if he grab your butt and at the grocery store. It ain't that. 99% of it is this. Now, man, I don't think it's smart I don't think you should put that on. I don't think that's a good idea to take that job. It might, it's kind of weird, and that don't mix with the family, and then you're gonna be working on second shift, and I'll be getting home, and then you'll be leaving, and then ain't nobody gonna be here but the kids. I don't think you should take that job. Protection. Oh, I can hear y'all in the comments. I can hear y'all. The comment that you haven't commented yet, I can hear it. Y'all, yeah, but if a brother tell me that I can't work second shift, then he better be paying all my bills. No, he's gonna pay his bills, and you gotta be okay with the bills that he's paying. Ain't nothing in Islam say he got to come over and take over the debt that you accumulated for yourself. Ain't nothing in Islam to say that. That's your debt. That ain't my debt. That's your debt. Amen. And if you was married, I would have told you, now you don't need that. Don't grab it. Don't buy that. But women are so obsessed with putting on this persona that they a bad B, and they got this bag, and they think that women nowadays think if they adorn themselves with all this designer stuff and stuff that looks designer or demure or whatever that word y'all be saying, and they get a Tesla or they get a Benz, and you have the persona. If you that bad, you don't need me to come in and take over all of that. I'm gonna say you bad too. You a bad mama jama. That's a nice car. I like that. That look real cute on you. That look cute on you. I don't do that. We are always conscious. Like, I got to pay this. I got to pay that. The kids need school shoes and clothes, and because we know y'all coming. We know y'all coming. Well, the light bill was like $343 this month. We know y'all coming. Our money go over there. We don't even think like that. If you got it, okay, cool, you got it. But majority of us don't have it. Majority of us don't have it like that. And we need to stop looking at social media and thinking, or looking at these stars and adulating these people and thinking that this is how life is supposed to be, or this is how life really is. It's not. And we're not dealing with the facts. I got enough time. I think it's time to get to the let me take a breather. But just look how profound this hadith is. Look how profound this hadith is. Sisters, if y'all get in line with submission, and remember, Allah connected submission towards being righteous. If you being righteous, you're gonna run away those Pookie brothers. You're going to run away them. The ones that want to have mass different wives, and one that have mass different babies, and one that got, he ain't working, and he just between jobs, and he got all these ideas, but he never puts none of them in play. When you follow the sunnah and you follow the way, you don't let him get close to you. You don't let him experience you. None of that. Y'all can talk, y'all can court, whatever necessarily. But you check him on paper, you let him check you on paper. Okay, here's my wali number. Set it up. And don't wait, like I said, don't wait 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. No, if he's a good brother now, he'll be a good brother 90 days from now. Set it up. Get married. And when you get married, okay, brother, I'll accept your offer for a mahr. What are you offering for a mahr, brother? And if you what the sisters do, y'all play and y'all text and y'all send pictures, and then you start liking him, and he texts you good morning beautiful, and you like good night handsome. Put the Quran and the Sunnah first. Forget all that. Oh, we gotta get to know each other and all that. When y'all do get to know each other, y'all still be in there fighting and cussing and being toxic and all of that. If you toxic now, if you toxic later, you toxic now. You don't become toxic. You're a cheater later, you're a cheater now. If you're a womanizer later, you're a womanizer now. But when you put those brothers on the fire and put that sunnah in between y'all, and he be like, okay, I gotta get this mother together so I can get my wife, so I get my family. You making him move intentionally. Not all this playing around and manipulating like what y'all trying to do, see what y'all can get, and then juggling brothers around. Yes, I'm going to say it. Y'all juggling brothers around. Well, this brother got this, and this brother got that, and this brother look like this, and this brother doing that, and this brother doing this. Yes, y'all are doing it. Yes, y'all are. Yes, I'm calling it out. Y'all are doing that. And this is why y'all not winning. I'm trying to teach y'all how to get married, how to become the type of woman that a man wants and a man will take care of. Because all y'all want to be taken care of for the most part. I'm trying to show y'all it starts here. Because whenever it's going to be a fight or it's going to be an argument, somebody got to be the leader. Both people can't be the leader. Both people can't have the power to shut it down. It's got to be a leader. It's got to be one person like, all right, okay, listen, this is what we're going to do. And most men come up with solutions. We don't go back and forth. Well, what about this? And then you said that, and then you did this. We don't do that. We might do that to prove a point, and then when we prove a point, we're like, this is what we're going to do going forward. And then after that, it's over. But women, they're like, well, I feel like you didn't hear me, or I feel like you don't understand. And let it go. Let it go. If it ain't nothing that compromises the nikah, let it go. We're going to have our issues. We get the resolution. We keep it going. We keep it pushing. That's it. Let me look at the comments real quick, because I don't know if I got time to go into the polygyny part. That might have to be part 2. How long ago? I can't see. Why is it not telling me how long it's been on? It's already been an hour. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to part 2. Robert J. Campbell's going on, said the sisters didn't even claim their bathrooms at the they said the sisters don't even claim their bathrooms. Yeah, they don't build them, let alone they always is talking about how nasty the women's masjid is. Why is this not showing me how long this has been going? They got us some updates on here than I used to. Robert J. Campbell said, I can upgrade a sister from couch surfing. Stop trolling, man. Abdul Aziz Majid. Assalamu alaikum. Imam Ibrahim, she said, we do need to discuss building more wealth as a community that will solve some issues. Yeah, that's a whole different show, Imani. That's definitely something we need to talk about. Maybe you should join me. Yeah, I can all shout all the time. Oh, yeah, you already know. 51 Thizzard. Ashley Monique Dodd. Shouldn't you say this about yourself because you were bragging on all your jewelry making and talking about obedience while encouraging the same behavior? Huh? Maybe that's a bot. because everybody know I don't wear jewelry. I was bragging about my jewelry. What? Are you on the wrong live stream? Ashley Monique Dodd. I don't think we know each other. Okay, Ashley Monique Dodd. She said, "Being a baddie isn't about looks; it's about your behavior, and you continue to the world." Okay. No. Being a baddie is about what I just said. Allah in this message just said, if you're righteous and obedient to your husband, that's a baddie. To a real Muslim. Ashley, again, she says, I'm calling out your hypocrisy. We're not friends, Ashley Monique. I don't know you. How you can say I'm a hypocrite and you don't know me? You don't know nothing about me. We've never interacted on Facebook before, YouTube, Instagram. This is the first time I ever seen your account. So yeah, nice try, wrong guy, little sis. She's just bored. Robert J. Kemmer, I want to hear all this in person. Yeah, for sure. We'll hook up one day, inshallah. Yeah, the brother had to check Ashley Monique Dodd. He said, hashtag obedience is the key, Ashley. See, them Ashleys, this what I be talking about. These type women. I remember doing an actual show about what Allah and his messenger said about women being obedient. I clicked the comments off so I could focus on my presentation. And it never fails. There's always a sister. And how you just you just talked yourself. All the husbands watch my platform, sis. All the husbands. All the husbands and the marriageable women, they flock to my platform because I love talking about marriage and relationships. You just priced yourself out the market, Ashley. I'm gonna expect to see you post a picture with a niqab, a full niqab, one of the joints with the one eyeball out tomorrow. I'm sitting here showing you what Alana's message said about being careful about your behavior with your husband and with men, and here you are, all in the comments. My hypocrisy, right? The hypocrisy of me of working hard. I'm literally sleeping in the back of my truck. I'm 2,000 miles away from my family. I haven't been home, and my wife told me, "Go on, come home." She said, "Man, don't worry about it. I help you out with the bills. Don't worry about it. Just come home." And I said, "No, I'm staying out. I ain't coming home until I'm done getting my paper." That part of my hypocrisy, Ashley, I'm the biggest troll. You don't want to do this with me. You don't know me, so you don't want to do this to me. I'll make you close that account and get another one. I love it. It makes for great TV. Not over here, you think, but no thanks. Okay. Stay away from them Ashleys, y'all. Anthony Morel. Yeah. Where's your Dalil on that hadith? What do you mean? Where's the Dalil on the hadith? Anthony Morel, what do you mean? What is the Dalil? What about the hadith? That's not a correct sentence. The hadith is the Dalil. So come back again, Anthony. Restructuralize your sentence. Robert said most Black Muslims don't want leadership, are single. It's true. Sound like sister Anisa Kareem. This sister is also looking to get married. She didn't want me to put her out there like that, but she is looking to get married. So if y'all interested, she's a mature sister. She ain't no spring chicken. She ain't no little young thing that you can play around with. But good friend of mine. She's been an ardent supporter of my beliefs and my work from day one. Day one. It's been almost a decade I've been home from prison, and she hasn't wavered in support of me, not one bit. Great friend, great friend. Inshallah ta'ala. So if y'all looking to get married, she's in California as well. So, and she's a good sister. I vouch for her. So she's a good sister. Nobody's perfect, but I vouch for her. She's a good sister. So if y'all looking to get married, Sister Anisa Kareem is looking to be married. Screenshot this part. Said O Block was full of women. Robert, you fried, man. Kwame, Alex Salam Abdullahi Wabarakatuh. And Sister Anissa said, women don't take a lot of time to set future plans in motion and have a hard time seeing past the ghetto mentality. Long-term and short-term goals are there because they are only thinking about tomorrow. Y'all take this advice. I'm telling y'all, because sister knows what she talk about when it comes to that bag. Y'all be talking about that bag all the time. Sister know what she talking about when it comes to that bag. What you talking about, Celine? Okay, so I can't say how long we've been on. I think it's been an hour. I can't make this too long. I had a third point, and it was I could see it. It's right there. It says an hour and 9 minutes. Maybe I can just run through it. Let me run through it, man. Let me just run through it. Um, poly- polygyny. Um, Sisters, y'all got to stop demonizing polygyny, man. I've been saying this from day one. Uh, context. Um, there is a major shortage of marriageable black men. So the sisters are competing for a man. They don't care if you're married, if you're not. I mean, they care. They would prefer he not be married. But let all the sisters tell it. Sister Anissa will tell you, Imani will tell you, all the good brothers are married. So you gotta do you I mean when you got the guys who subscribe to the alphabet community, you got the guys that just weak and not answering the challenge of our historical oppressors and fighting against that. You got the guys that are in prison, you got the guys that are on probation, you got the players, you got the pimps, excuse me, you got the drug dealers, and then you got the guys that done got murdered. And then I guess we could throw the deadbeat dads in there too. Man, hell, that right there be eight women to one good man. So with those numbers, that creates a competition. All the sisters are vying for that one good brother. So if you married or you trying to get married, you just gonna have to make a bet with polygyny. You're gonna have to, because the brothers got women coming at them, or they seeing the women displaying themselves in the most beautiful manner. It's impossible for you not to see. The sisters are not at home with the family and tending to her husband, so she might not even be on social media. She probably just in the masjid, and he might see her and she cooking the food for the program, and she just had the nicest smile. And I experienced it before. As a matter of fact, we was when I was in Cincinnati, I was living in I was teaching at the masjid there, and close to Cincinnati was this one sister. She was just the nicest breeze. And at the time, I was married to my first wife. We just gonna get real a little bit right now. I was married to my first wife. She was giving me hell. And while I'm at the masjid, for my first wife, she wouldn't even come to the masjid. So I was strike one. And while I'm at the masjid doing my thing in the community, we doing ta'aleem, and the sister wasn't married. She was just the nicest woman, and she didn't have social media. So I didn't find her on social media. I just came across her. She was so nice, so feminine, so soft, so supportive, so she was just a breath of fresh air. Just a breeze of fresh air, and I was stuck in a toxic situation trying to get somebody to be like that. This, I mean, and she did like, she made it known through mutual friends that she did like me, and she wouldn't mind marrying me. We ended up not getting married, but I stayed in that toxic situation for 4.5 years, and whatever. So I said all to say, the sisters are making themselves available at a astronomical rate, and that's hard for brothers to push off. It's hard for us to fend that off. It's very hard for us to fend that off. So with that set of circumstances in the black community, where We have a shortage of black men, black sisters. Y'all have to make men's with polygyny. Y'all have to. It's prevalent. If y'all keep demonizing it and trying to manipulate brothers into thinking that is wrong or equating it to infidelity, then you can't. You women, sisters, hear me out. You cannot defeat human nature. It's in a man to like more than one woman. We can do that. Women are not. Y'all more monolithic. Y'all can't do that. We can. And don't try to understand how or why. Don't try to understand it. We're wired differently. Y'all are meant to be cultivators. Y'all have a child, y'all sat down for 9 months. You ain't got time for the current husband. How you gonna have time for the extra husband? When you had a baby and when you tired, oh, my back hurt, and you walking like a penguin, and I got to help you cook, and I got to help you get out the doggone car and carry your big old self. I gotta help carry your big old self up the steps and make sure you don't fall with my baby in you. And then you tired. How you got time for another husband? And then I'm hungry. I don't cook as good as you because you in the kitchen longer than I am. So now I got to help out, and you ain't got time for no other husband. You got like I want. Then you had a little booger. When you had a little booger, you chasing him around the house all day, and y'all got 3, 4, 5 little boogers. You ain't got time? How you got time for another husband? Stop talking about, oh, what if I got another husband? Well, why women can't get another husband? Y'all are built different. Y'all are cultivators. Y'all are built to be in one place at a time. I'm gone. I'm on the road. I drop my seed and I keep going. That's the nature of it. Stop fighting it with this delusional feminism. Stop fighting it. It's delusional feminism, and we're doing more harm than we are good, because now that is bringing promiscuity into the community. Now, sisters are becoming manipulative, and they finding a way to get into this good brother's life. Sister might be like, oh, this brother, he reads Quran well. Hey, do you know where I can learn Quran? She just started the conversation in the DM. And a lot of times, brother, like, oh, yeah, sister, you boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, the sister, she texts again. Now, we've become crafty with the manipulation and then they could, the sisters want to see if she can slide on in there, if the brother can make it happen. And if you spend the time around somebody who's marriageable and they're a likable person, you're going to like them. It's just human nature. So that competition amongst the sisters is there. So if you're a current wife, or you're going to be a wife, educate yourself about polygyny, what your rights are and what his responsibilities are. That's it. It is haram for you to make games about that. It is haram for you to manipulate your husband into not taking another wife, or if you going into the marriage to require that he don't. I mean, you can. Some scholars say that you can, but the argument against the sisters, I know it's common knowledge, they say, I can put that as a stipulation in my nikah. Okay, so this is some fiqh for y'all a little bit. First and foremost, how can you stipulate something that something not be practiced that Allah permitted? How can you stipulate that? You're not Allah. That's pause right there. That's one half of the argument. The other half of the argument is Allah, you can make a contract about anything that's halal. And you can put anything, and the two parties can agree. And this is in business, the fiqh of business. You can agree, the parties, as long as it's lawful. The parties can put whatever stipulations they need in that contract. The word nikah doesn't mean marriage. It means it's a contract. It's literally a contract. Like, this is what we agree to. These are core principles that we agree to. Nikah does not mean marriage. Nikah is a contract. Most of us is getting married, doing a shotgun. We don't even have a contract. What do you expect? What is he expected to provide? What does the husband expect? Yeah, most of us don't even have that. So you can put whatever you want in the contract. So it's a case by case situation. But for the most part, sisters, especially in the African American community, you have to come to terms. Like, there are a lot of good sisters out here that have the right to be married. That's it. We have to stop demonizing it. Sisters walking around talking about, oh, you can barely afford me, so how you gonna afford another woman? You can barely afford to have that baby. Why you ain't taking birth control? And then you got 3 of them, you got 4 of them, you got 5, you got 6, you got 7, you got 8. You can't afford all them kids, but you keep having them. But you telling me I can't have another wife because I can't afford them. Stop it, sis. Stop it. Stop it. We understand y'all don't like it, whatever. The reason y'all don't like it is because it's so hard to find a good man in today's time. It's so hard to find a good man in today's time. We understand that, sister. But the Quran and the Sunnah regulates all of this. It regulates all of this. So if this comes on your doorstep, deal with it per Quran and Sunnah, not per sexy and red. Don't do it. You're gonna be single. Because at the end of the when you cut a fuss, if a brother really like this sister, he gonna move head on with it. You gotta go with the flow, and you only thing you just, hey brother, be careful about my rights, be careful about the time. I don't got nothing to do with what y'all got going on. That's your marriage. That's between you and your husband. I mean, you and your wife, but that's between you, your wife, and Allah. But don't forget about me over here. That's where it goes right there. It goes right there. I'm going no further than that. I'm going no further than that. And a lot of our sisters argue STDs. So are y'all outlawing polygyny because STDs are in circulation? First and foremost, fun fact: vast majority of people who are sexually active don't have an STD. Last time I checked, the CDC, which is a couple weeks ago, 80% of people, 20% is a lot, of sexually active people do not have an STD. Second, whether you're in monogamy or polygyny, we should be getting tested nowadays. Either or. So if the brother go and take another wife and she throw a fuss like, oh, you ain't finna go bring me nothing back, how you gonna go say that about that sister? You don't know if that sister is the 304. How you gonna try, just because your husband want to marry another wife, you trying to paint this sister to be a 304 just because you don't want him to have another wife because you want to keep him to yourself? He don't belong to you, sis. He belongs to Allah. He belongs to Allah. As long as he's paying you his rights as best he can, khalas, that's it. That's all you can ask for. If you press the issue, you're gonna be single again. Again. Now, I'm not excusing these brothers as sloppy and they ain't doing it right, and they're not doing it right according to what y'all say. I'm talking about per the Quran and the Sunnah. And it's drama, and the wives is inboxing each other and fighting against each other and all this jazz. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about if they come on your doorstep, you do it the correct way. Stop coming up with all these excuses. Yes, you have feelings. I know it's gonna hurt. It might hurt. We have to get through that because it's a reality and it's on our doorstep, and we got to deal with it. We got to talk about it. All these good sisters that's in circulation, because it's not so many marriageable brothers out here, they applying pressure. They're applying pressure, and a lot of them have been single for some years, and they have educated themselves about polygyny, and they do understand that they're the rights of the incoming wife. And I don't even understand, as far as the sisters, y'all talk about the initial wife and the incoming wife, and that beef. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's even in our fiqh. They call the I think they call the incoming wife, I think, Fatina, the woman of fitna, because it always, because I guess women are so territorial. I guess, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I have a sister on here and she can explain it from a sister's point of view. But, so sisters, don't stop demonizing polygyny. Educate yourselves about, hey, y'all educating y'all when y'all have, if y'all got a son and the son turns out to be one of the alphabet community, y'all don't throw that son out like y'all throw that husband out. Y'all go and make excuses for that son, and y'all go, and the daughter come out saying she like girls and whatever, and yeah, but that's my baby. I will love her unconditionally. I will love her through it, and all this stuff. Even though this stuff is an abomination to the Lord, and it's gonna damage your family structure. It's going to derail your family structure. You don't do, like children lives are precious. You only get so many children. So, you want the quality, you want those qualities that your daughter bring as a female and that your son brings as a boy. You want those qualities in your family. And you want to be proud to say, hey, when he go out and when they go out into society, say, hey, yeah, I raised that. I did my job according to what Allah and his messenger said do. Alhamdulillah. And what you put in them, when you pass, it just keeps accumulating, even when you in the grave. That's what we in it for as parents. Y'all don't throw them to the wayside. So why y'all throw us to the wayside? Y'all make that adjustment for them. Why y'all don't make the adjustment for us? And we are the protectors and the providers and the maintainers. We're more important than the children. We're more important than the children. We are more important than the children. So just let that be said. Let's wrap this up and jump to a little bit more of the comments. Overall, sisters, humility, submissiveness, and be humble and be submissive to a religious, righteous brother. Not a pookie. I'm not an advocate for pookies. Like that, them lames where I come from and in my day and time, them lames. I don't know much about lames except for what y'all say on social media. I don't have no lames in my circle. I done met a few of them, beat a few of them up, cut them off. I don't know nothing about no lame stuff. All me and my guys, we get money, we get to it. We're entrepreneurs. We all got families. We take care of our families. We raising our children. That's how me and my guys roll. I'm speaking from that perspective. I'm not talking about from Lil Durk and Kevin Gates' perspective. I don't know nothing about that. Those brothers hit me up like, yeah, I'm trying to learn, get my salat together. Yeah, I'm trying to get on my thing. Them brothers do that with me. I don't know nothing about none of what they gave. If you get yourself tangled up in that mess, don't come to the masjid talking about these brothers ain't doing this and these brothers ain't doing that. Because I can assure you that the brothers that's making that's at Jumu'ah prayer 5 times a day, salah, they reading, they fiqh, they learning their aqidah. They don't have time to learn those weak characteristics. They too busy building strong characteristics. Those men are out there. Submit to him. Your righteousness depends on it. Proved it per Quran and Sunnah. You didn't like the way I said it? I know. You don't like that I said it? I know. I'm sorry. There, I took accountability. And what y'all say, y'all like for us to take accountability. I'm taking accountability. I'm sorry. I apologize and I took accountability. Now get over it. Now just submit. Kwame said they don't like it because Islam don't promote women to have more than one husband. Yeah, we spoke on that. Anisa Kareem said jealousy, immaturity, envy, and other ruinous traits is half the reason why sisters are not winning. Yeah, those are all bad characteristics to have, whether you in polygyny or you not in polygyny. Those characteristics that Sister Anisa just said are bad just for that, first and foremost. My good friend Imam Ibrahim, she is also single, looking for a good brother. So, good brother, if you find this video, you have found a good woman. It's a good friend of mine. Me and her talk every day. Good woman, very good woman. Ashley Monique died. I don't want anyone cooking in my pots or kitchen. Okay, it's your right. In Tennessee, we're learning fiqh. It's in your right, Ashley, that you have your own kitchen. You happy? My other wife have her kitchen. You have your kitchen. That's the fiqh. That's your right. See, we learning. See, Ashley, you getting somewhere. You learning. You learning. Alhamdulillah. That's what this is all about. Learning. Imani said, women just human. Women are just human and have to fight against the nafs. Absolutely. and so do men. Anisa Kareem said there's no such thing as 1, 2, 3, 4 just wives. No one has a superior spot. Absolutely. RJ Campbell said, I seen some sisters posted up in the brother section trying to get chose. You wrecking the day, man. Oh, hey, Robert, you is clowning. Hey, I'm about to have you on here, man. Oh, I gotta make an AI video for that one. Yes, I love it. Subhanallah. Okay, maybe I didn't read your prior comments, Ashley. No, you messed up because you assumed I don't know. You assume I don't know anything. Well, I mean, you kind of came off that way, Ashley. I didn't assume anything. I just kind of was going off of you came in the comment section kind of hot, talking about I was a hypocrite and everything. I don't know if you Muslim or not, but in Islam, calling somebody a hypocrite is very bad. I know it's like everyday English language, but first and foremost, we don't know each other, so I don't think I'm a hypocrite. All I do is work hard, study, take care of my family. That's all I do. I ain't into nothing else. I play a little basketball, football, but I got hurt. I don't do that no more. I don't use drugs, sell drugs. I don't gang bang. I don't do none of that stuff. I literally work 12, 13, 14, 15-hour days. And when I'm done being on the road and working, I go home and me and my family take trips and go out on outings and relax on the beach. Family. That's all. I don't think I'm a hypocrite. I don't got nothing else going on. That make me a hypocrite. And then in Islam, a hypocrite is essentially a non-Muslim. So if you say that I'm a hypocrite, then you basically saying that my Islam is not true. That I'm really a non-believer, a non-Muslim, and I'm appearing as a Muslim. That's what a hypocrite is in Islam. So yeah, you came in kind of hot. So anytime he sees me, it's up on 10 with me. I don't even know who Ashley Monique Dodd is. Every time I see you, I've never seen you. Okay. That's it for today. Inshallah ta'ala, make dua that I have the tawfiq to come back with another relevant topic. Y'all can suggest some topics to me too. I know Imani, she suggested a topic. Make sure y'all share this. If y'all found the conversation to be relevant and y'all like the Quran that I put in here, like the Sunnah, then share it. Get the Quran and Sunnah out there. Y'all share videos of people twerking and people shooting people and stuff and all that. Share the Quran and share the Sunnah. Share that. Inshallah ta'ala. And I hope I represented it well. I'm just doing my best and just putting my spin on things, inshallah. So we're going to wrap this up. We'll have another topic next week. Maybe we'll extend this conversation if we need to. We definitely need to do one for the brothers. So I'm going to need some help. Imani, maybe you'll help me. I know Sister Divine is always up to help me, but she ain't like Sister Divine. She ain't in the streets, so she got sisters and she connected with people and they can kind of speak on what's going on as far as the man's perspective. And I know it's all going to revolve around the men being providers. So if a sister come on and we're going to talk about the men being the providers and that's their part of being a provider, I'm going to play devil's advocate because the statistics don't show that the men aren't providing. I think sisters are saying, not saying that Sister Divine or Imani was saying this, but I'm just saying this is what I'm getting from a lot of sisters. And when I hear that, I'll be having to tell them that they're incorrect. You're looking at this wrong. I just think that the sisters believe that they're supposed to be provided something that they don't have a right to be provided. The provision thing is simple. Is he has to provide for you. He doesn't have to provide for any kids that he does not have for you, even though he should help. And it's human nature that he is going to help. But he just has to provide for you. So even if you got a big old house or whatever, if it's 5 people in that house, then you divide the rent of that house into fifths, and then you give that portion to her. You're providing a house for her, even though it would be a better situation if he can provide for the kids. and and a woman can have that dream life and all that. But yeah, it's not every man's dream to marry a single woman and take on another man's kids and got a beef with that the ex-husband or and then the other baby daddies as well, and then he putting his influence on the kids and I'm trying to put my influence on the kids, and then the baby daddy and the ex-husband is mad at the wife because they already had a relationship and they thought they was better than that, and then she coming over here with me and now I need her to do what I asked her to do. We all fighting over this woman. That's not a man's dream. So, sisters, if you're single and you have children, let go of this whole stuff that a man gonna come in and swoop in and take over all your bills, take over all your situations. That's a bad investment for a man. And I'm telling you from a man's perspective who has done this. I've done it twice with my previous 2 marriages. I've done it, lost everything. Alhamdulillah, I had some great times with the family and the kids. I love the kids. I absolutely, positively love my former stepchildren. I love them. I love kids, period. And we had a lot of family time and family. We had a good family. It was something that they had not ever had before. So I took great pride in providing that. But when the relationship went bad, this is one thing that y'all don't hear. This is one narrative that y'all don't hear because y'all expect us to suffer in silence. And if the marriage ended, y'all always be like, oh, what you do? What did you do to end the marriage? Y'all don't give us opportunity to suffer. I just told my wife right before we started this live stream, we was having this conversation, and she was like, "What does the man lose?" I was like, "What do you mean? What does the man lose?" I mean, my previous wives, my 2 previous wives, they had multiple children. I loved them and I loved their children. That was 14. That was 16 individuals, 14 with the children. So I loved 14 other people. I cared for. I took care of 14 other people. So I didn't just lose a wife. I lost 14 other people. I lost them too. That's a bad investment for a man. Men, I'm telling y'all this as a let y'all in. When brothers see y'all got multiple kids and so forth, it was like, she a good sister, but I can't come in and take over your situation. You and their daddy, y'all got to figure that out. I got you and ours. Y'all got to be okay with that. If y'all not, and y'all like a brother gonna pay me my rights and my rent is $3,200, if he can't pay that, to get out my inbox, well, enjoy the single life. Enjoy the single life. When the men lose the relationship, when the women lose the relationship, y'all get to keep the kids. Y'all just lose the man and whatever resources that man came with. Y'all get to keep the kids. We don't get to keep the kids. And we got to start all over again. And then 99% of the time, it's going to be with another sister. And then we got to learn their kids. And then we got to relearn loving their kids. And we ain't even in the mood to love more kids. We still hurting from the kids, the step kids that we just lost. Y'all just lose us. We lose y'all. We lose the family. And we got to go off and build a whole new thing again. Y'all get brought into what the next husband built. We are not the same. We have a degree over y'all. Show some respect for us, y'all. Stop being so greedy and avaricious and trying to get a man to be your slave. Just because Allah Ta'ala said that he's in charge of you doesn't mean that he's your slave. You're supposed to follow him, make what he got going on, the motion that he got, you're supposed to make that easier. Come in and bring some ease to his motion. If you can add to his motion and you live like that, yeah, I'm sure he'll entertain it. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to make his life easy. That's why you should submit. All right, I'm wrapping it up. I love y'all for the sake of Allah. If I said anything wrong, it does not belong to Allah, his messenger, or it's my shortcomings. Y'all can let me know if I'm wrong or whatever. Yeah, we do all lose, Imani. We do. But y'all still get to keep the kids. We don't. You get to kiss them little boogers every single day. We don't get to kiss them little boogers. We gotta dream about kissing the boogers. So I'm gone. I love y'all for the sake of Allah. I know it's late there. I'm on West Coast time, so it ain't but like 9 something here. And this went late. I'm on my way back to the eastern side of the country this week, inshallah. Y'all make dua for me. I make dua for y'all. Love y'all for the sake of Allah. Go ahead, inbox me some topics. Inbox me some stuff that y'all want to talk about on this platform that's in relevance to Islam. in our everyday living, and let's bring it all in perspective. Because a lot of stuff I'm not privy to. Like, I guess next week, inshallah, we'll talk about the brothers. What is the brothers? What the lack of marriage rate? Inshallah ta'ala, we will cover the brothers. We had to put the sisters on the hot seat first. Inshallah, if y'all want, if a sister want to come on, let me know. And I'll bring you on, inshallah, and let you speak from a sister's. I would prefer that because I'm not a woman and I haven't had the experience of a Muslima. Let's get this thing figured out. I think if inshallah ta'ala, I think if we what do you call it? Excuse me. I think if we point out what we think is missing, what men and women think is missing, I think we can get something done. I think, inshallah ta'ala. When I'm gone, I love you all for the sake of Allah. Kulli qawla hadha wa astaghfirullah wa la ilaha illallah wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Don't forget to share this.